Alright, what's up guys? ColeSlaughter92 here, and today I'm bringing you a brand new video in which you will be watching two gameplays, and I'm going to be discussing the perk layout from Advanced Warfare, from everything I've collected so far. And before we get started into that, I want to tell you about the two gameplays you're going to be watching. First is a 30-5 comeback on Octane, where I started off pretty slow, and then I kicked it up into high gear, and I started kicking ass. And the second game is going to be a 30-5 on Ignition, where I was using the Maverick and just destroying everything. So it's going to be my first upload of me using a Maverick, so I hope y'all enjoy that. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the perks, and we're just going to start off in Tier 1. And keep in mind that most of these perks are making another appearance from previous Call of Duties, and there are some that are brand new. So, let's go ahead and get into it. Perk 1 in the Tier 1 is Lightweight, and we've seen Lightweight before. It makes it to where you have increased movement speed, but in previous titles, it's been where it had no falling damage as well. But now, in Advanced Warfare, there is no fall damage, so that's a good thing. I think that that'll be more beneficial. And then we move on down to perk number 2 in the Tier 1, Low Profile. And we've seen Low Profile in previous Call of Duties just under different names, whether it was Cold-Blooded, Assassin, or Ghost. We've seen it before. And it pretty much works just as Ghost did. It makes it to where you're undetectable by enemy UAVs and tracking rounds. Now, tracking rounds are a new attachment for an AR, SMG, or whatever that makes it to where if you shoot an enemy, they pop up on the mini-map. Sort of like how Recon Pro was. If you shot someone, they would pop up on the mini-map. And Low Profile makes it to where you don't appear on the mini-map, which I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, it's a very good stealth perk. I'm probably going to use it myself, but I don't know if I agree with the first part of the perk where you're undetectable by UAVs. I don't know if they have any stipulations like you have to be moving around like in Black Ops 2, or if you can just stand still. Because if it's to where you can just stand still, people are going to use it a whole hell of a lot to camp. And I just don't want that to be a thing. I hope it's to where you have to be moving around in order for it to work. But we all have to wait and see. There weren't any specifics on it, so we'll just have to give it some time. And then moving down, we have Danger Close making another appearance from MW2 and Call of Duty Ghost. And Danger Close makes it to where you have an increased explosive damage and radius. And also it makes it to where your streaks deal out more damage as well. And we've seen this exact perk in MW2. And MW2 was ruined by this perk. It was broken. This perk broke the game. And the reason being is there was nothing to counter it. Blast Shield did not counter it in MW2. But from what I understand, the Flak Jacket perk is supposed to counter it, but I don't know about that. Hopefully it does, but if it doesn't, then that perk is overpowered. Might as well just strap it on with a noob tube and just blow people's heads off. Alright, and moving on down, we have a brand new perk called Overcharge. It makes it to where you have a longer exo suit ability. Well, your exo lasts longer, and then you shock an enemy on a boost slam. Now, I don't know if this means when an enemy boost slams on you, they get shocked, or if when you do a boost slam on them, they get shocked. I'm not too sure, but this is going to be a perk that I use because it gives you a longer lasting exo ability. And it is a brand new perk. I probably should have mentioned that. There are a few perks in here that are exosuit related, and that's one of them. And it seems like something I've really used, because exosuit abilities are going to be something that will be used frequently. And then moving right along, we have Flak Jacket, which is making another appearance. It's a classic perk, and they've changed it up a little bit. There's no slowdown on impact of explosion, And then there's a damage resistance to explosives, and then also you reset the pin on a grenade. And I like how they revamped it. They added the no slowdown on impact of explosion. And I really, really like that, because on Call of Duty Ghosts, when you get hit by an IED, you slow down like hell if you're not dead. Because most of the time when you run into an IED, you're dead. But if, let's say you're playing on Warhawk and someone's camping Top Bakery, and they have an IED at the door, and you run in there and you have blast shield on and you survive, and the guy is able to kill you because you're moving so slow. Well, now you won't have to worry about that because there's no slowdown. So I really look forward to that. Alright, and moving right along, we start on the tier 2, and the first perk is Peripherals. It makes it to where you have a larger mini-map and there are no death icons when you kill an enemy. So I think that that'll be a useful perk. It's interesting. We haven't seen this one before. This is a brand new perk. I might use it every now and then, but I don't think it's going to play a huge factor in the game. And then the next perk in the tier 2 is Blind Eye. Undetectable by AI-controlled air support except UAV. So it's just like Blind Eye has been in previous Call of Duties. It hasn't changed at all. And I really like that. They kept it old school. And then moving on down, we see the return of Cold Blooded, but this one has changed, and I can see myself using this one. It makes it to where you're undetectable by thermal, target enhancer, threat grenades, and there are no callouts when AI spots you, and no name visible when aimed down on, and no crosshair differentiation when aimed down on. So, pretty much, it's the same as it always has been, but except for the threat grenades. And I don't know how threat grenades work. Maybe you throw them up and they go to an enemy nearby, and I'm not too sure. We'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. But I can see myself using Cold Blooded. And as soon as I get more details on the weapons, I will make a full class layout, and I'll tell you that one. I'll tell you my first class that I'm going to be using whenever I get the game. Alright, and moving along, we see another perk that's reappearing, Fast Hands. It makes it to where you can reload while sprinting, and you can use your Exo ability faster and Exo launcher faster, because as we all know, there are no more just throwing grenades. They come out from an Exo launcher on your character, and they shoot at people. So that's pretty cool. It's pretty much just like it was on Black Ops 2, just now you can reload while sprinting, which is pretty cool. And then the next perk and final perk in the tier 2 is Gung Ho. Now this is a perk that we are going to see shotgun runners use a lot, because it makes it to where you can fire while sprinting and sliding. And this is going to drive me crazy, because people are going to still be in the running animation and just blow your head off. And I already dealt with that in Black Ops 2 with the Remington and Dexterity. And I can imagine that this perk will be overpowered. And then we move on down to the tier 3. Toughness is making a return. Makes it to where you have reduced flinch while being shot at. And it might be a vital perk once again, but out of all these perks, I do not see any that are mandatory perks like in Black Ops 2, where you had to run lightweight dexterity and toughness, and on MW3, where you had to run assassin, dead silence, or sit rep. And I just don't see how most of these are mandatory. I feel like you're going to be able to mix and match with perks very well. And then past toughness, we have Scavenger. And Scavenger has been changed to the Scavenger of Call of Duty Ghosts. Call of Duty Ghosts did get Scavenger done perfectly. And it makes it to where you start with extra magazines, and you can only resupply ammo. Which in Black Ops 2 you were able to resupply ammo and grenades and tactical grenades. And that didn't work out very well. to say the least. And they finally made it to where people can't like resupply like C4s or frags, so that's a plus. And then moving down, we have a perk specific to the exo abilities, and that is Blast Suppressor. It makes it to where you're not shown on the mini-map with any exo movement. And you have to keep in mind that whenever you use your jetpack, you will pop up on the mini-map. So that would be a good perk for you to use because it'll keep you off the mini-map for a good period of time until you fire your gun. And then we move down to Hardwire, which makes you immune to system hacks, EMP, nano swarms, stun grenades, and scramblers. So they pretty much combined Tactical Mask and Hardwire from Black Ops 2, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad that they did that. I might actually use that perk every now and then. And moving down, we have Hardline, which makes it to where you reduce the score streak cost by 100. So pretty standard. That's been in every Call of Duty. And that's it for the perks, and now we're going to go over the wild cards. And the first wild card is Overkill, which we have seen all of these before except for one. Except for 2 in Black Ops 2. And Overkill makes it to where you can carry a second primary weapon in place of a pistol or launcher. Primary gunfighter, you can have another attachment for your primary weapon. Secondary gunfighter, you can have another attachment for your secondary weapon. And then perk 1, 2, and 3 Greed are all making a return, so you're going to be able to add on multiple perks. And then we go down to Tactician, which has been changed from the Black Ops 2 version, which makes it to where you can use your exo in place of a launcher. And then you have Bombardier, which makes it to where you can have a launcher in place of an exo. So pretty much it makes it to where you can either have 2 grenades or 2 exo abilities. Me, personally, I think I'm going to use 2 exo abilities. I'm probably going to use Tactician because I just want to be that super soldier who's super stealthy and can't be killed, because I'm not going to use any of the streaks more than likely because the streaks don't look very impressive. And I don't think I'm going to do a video over the streaks, so yeah. And the last one is Streaker, and it makes it to where you can have a 4th score streak, and like I said, the score streaks don't look very good, so I don't think that would be a viable option. Maybe a couple people will use it, but I'm pretty much just going to be running a bunch of perks like a damn super soldier on Specialist. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. That's all the perks, and I hope y'all found this video informational. I hope y'all enjoyed the gameplay in the background as well. And if you did find this video informational, and if you found that this information was useful, please leave a like, and also comment your thoughts if you thought I did a good job covering all this, and if you have any questions, comment that as well, and I'll try to go over that for you. And also subscribe if you're new to the channel. That'll always be awesome. And also maybe leave a favorite. That'd be cool. And check out my previous videos on Advanced Warfare. I did a video about the exosuits, so check that out if you missed it. I do have an Advanced Warfare playlist that you can go and check out. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. I'd like to thank you for your time and checking out the video today, and all the support y'all been giving me recently on these Advanced Warfare videos. And this is Coalstar92. Once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace!
Oracle ready for activation. Friendly Oracle overhead. Friendly chopper inbound. Friendly ground chamber active. Mission accomplished. Good day's work.